Yo, what's happening? What's happening real quick? Wanted to do a live stream. I had some thoughts. I'm gonna fix that timer, by the way. I had some thoughts, some miscellaneous thoughts. I hopped on the tweet machine earlier today. Well, I was taking a walk earlier, and I was on the tweet machine. And I was just thinking about the teams that's in the playoffs or whatever. Shouts out to everybody that came through. Like the video. Appreciate y'all. I was just thinking, right? And the phone's lit if y'all want to get into the phones real fast, if y'all want to do that. Let's see. What's my phone number? 515-606-5187. Something like that. I was like, does defense really win championships now these days? Like, yeah, defense is valuable to what you do, but would you rather have the elite defense or the elite offense? I was thinking, right? Because I'm looking at the teams that's in the playoffs or whatnot. Even the teams that just lost this week, right? The Browns and the Ravens. Who else lost? The Saints. Who else lost? Who else lost? And the Rams, right? They're all teams that you would relatively say are like really good offensively. I think the Colts are probably like the only defense that was like really elite in the playoffs or whatever. So I'm thinking about my little Cowboys, right? About my humble little Cowboys or whatever. And I'm like, dog, your defense ain't got to be incredible to win a championship. It only got to be above average to really good, but turnover getting. You see what I'm saying? That's all I need my defense to be. So when I'm thinking about Law Nation don't like this title. Law Nation said something. Law Nation said something. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't think you need to really be elite to win a championship, right? Somebody in the chat box say Rams. I think the Rams are good on defense, but it ain't help them. What you want, little girl? But it ain't help them this week. I mean, the Rams didn't get it done because they didn't have enough to put it on offense, right? The Saints got the defense, but they ain't have enough to put up on offense. The Colts had a defense, but they ain't really have enough to put on offense. All the teams that's really moving on got it done offensively. And you ask yourself why? Because you can have a good defense, but if you can manipulate that defense, in which every team in the league can manipulate defenses, then that's ball game. That's ball game, player. Like it don't matter how elite you are. Like Rams fans trying to cut Aaron Donald today. Have y'all seen this? Have y'all been on the Twitter street somewhere? Have y'all been in Rams Reddit? Can just go look. Go look. They trying to cut Aaron Donald today. Why y'all think they trying to cut Aaron Donald today? Well, partially because they ungrateful and they feel like Aaron Donald's not doing a whole bunch in relative to his job or whatever, but it wasn't enough to get it done. Aaron Donald wasn't enough to stop what's his face? Aaron Rodgers and them. Jalen Ramsey wasn't enough to stop Aaron Rodgers and them. So what you got to do to beat Aaron Rodgers? You got to score points to beat Aaron Rodgers, right? I know my YouTube cohorts ain't gonna like this because I know Law is defense guy. I know Okoye is defense guy. Foots is defense guy. All my YouTube they all defense guy. I think it's probably me and Cardo. That's it. Besides that, everybody else is like pro. Give me some defense. But in my mind, dog, I'm like, man, I'm just trying to put points up and just be opportunist on defense. I'm dropping a video later. I already recorded it. I just got to edit or whatever. I have a plan for how you can win with regular guys on defense. I'm just going to say this too. Let me ask y'all this chat box. Let me pop the chat box out so I can see. And if y'all want to call into the show, the number is 515-606-5187. 606-5187. Access code 309 104. All right, you heard me say it, and it's in the chat box. You can go down there and you can go see it right now. Let me ask y'all a question, right? Let me just ask y'all this. Would you rather have the defense full of opportunists or the defense with a handful of stars, right? Like, stars are good. That's cool to have stars. But if you look at Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? Let's just look at the Buccaneers game, right? I actually tweeted in the middle of watching the game, tweeting. I was like, bruh, the only reason I know who Sean Bunting is because I'm draft guy, Central Michigan corner, right? The only reason I know Sean Bunting is because I'm draft dude. That's it. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't know who the hell Sean Bunting is, right? He's a smaller name player that makes plays. You got to be an opportunist. You've got to be an opportunist. Like, what's another example? Give me 30 seconds. I'm gonna think of Baltimore's offense, right? Coach Evans in the chat box with Baltimore's offense. Lamar Jackson is incredible. And I know it's some Ravens fans that want to push Lamar Jackson off the bridge. Instead of pushing Lamar Jackson off a bridge, why don't you give him complimentary players to compliment him? Then he levels up. You see what I'm saying? In my mind, I would much rather have the guy like Greg Gaines making plays for the Rams and not Aaron Donald. Give me them dudes, because I got enough dudes that got names that's not making plays by themselves. Once upon a time, D-Law was a double-digit sack guy. All of a sudden, he's only run game guy now. Maybe Jeremy Mincey was a little more important than we thought he was. You see what I'm saying? I would rather have the damn complimentary dude. Let me see what the chat box is talking about. Give me the complimentary dude. M. Sonny said he want the stars. No. I don't want stars. Give me the opportunists. Give me the dudes that just make plays. I'll take the small name dude. You know who's a perfect example of small name dude making plays? Donovan Wilson is the perfect example of a small name dude making plays. Jalen's your star. Jalen's your star. You tap a Cowboy fan on the shoulder right now and be like, hey man, who made more plays, Jalen Smith or Donovan Wilson? I'm not even going to say which player made more plays. I'll let y'all say who made more plays. So then you ask yourself, do you want more Jalen's or do you want more Donovan Wilsons? That's my point. In this time where salary cap slowly just kind of going to go away. Well, not go away, but it's going to get smaller, right? Like the money from the salary cap is going to go away. So you're going to need guys that's cheap, that's not starters, that's going to play big for you. You got enough big names already that's trying to do what they do. You want the one tech to make plays? You want the free safety to make plays? Why be stars? Just get you some complimentary guys, and your other you already got Randy Gregory, D-Law, Van Der Esch, who I think can be really good. He's just going through his little Van Der Esch thing. And who else? Diggs. So you got names. Donovan may be in that mix also. Donovan may be in that mix also. Get you a one tech or a three tech that's going to further that along. All right. Let me go to the phones real quick, man. I heard it banging. If you want to call into the show, the number is 515-606-5187. It's in the chat box. It's AJ, the camera technology guy. I want to hear what he got to say. What's up, AJ?
Yo, man. First of all, I'm a camera technology guy, so I got to see what's up with your setup. Like, how you feeling about it?
Let me tell you something real quick, dog. Hold on. Let me just hit this button. Wait, don't go nowhere, AJ. I gotta go to this, and I gotta go to Sound Drop, and I gotta go to War Call. Hold on, AJ. I appreciate you, man. It took me. Hey, listen, this is how real AJ is, right? Because everybody else just kind of made fun of my little stream, and Aisha called it raggedy or whatever. AJ said, yo, Voch, I'm deeply concerned about your live streaming and your technology and your setup. How can I help? how can I help? I was like, you know what, AJ, I got it, but I appreciate you trying to help me, sir. AJ was the only one that reached out to try to improve my little setup, so I appreciate you, sir.
Hey, you helped me out in the off season. You know, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. So
salute, man.
I got to scratch Voch's back a little bit.
But go ahead, sir. What you got for the show?
Hey, where'd you end up getting your camera setup and stuff from? Did you go through like B&H or Adderall, or did you just go down to like a local Best Buy or something?
Amazon, dog. Straight up Amazon. And to be fair, I probably could have found some cheaper little deals somewhere else, but I get impatient, man. I get impatient, and I just wanted it the next day because when something's bad happening, I just want to fix it immediately. So we went Amazon.
I think you went a good route. Things are looking good. I know you're going to be increasing your setup and stuff. Do more stuff with your background. You on the way up. You already there, man. But like you on the way up.
Appreciate it.
Anyway, to talk football and stuff. Yeah, I totally agree with your notion of defense don't win champions for real. I mean the whole notion of that alludes to the fact that, or to the notion that all you need is a great defense to win championships. But how many teams have actually won a championship with just the defense and no offense or anything like that?
Sure.
Really, probably maybe the '85 Bears and the 2000 Ravens, maybe.
Yep.
Maybe the 2002 Bucks. So probably 3 teams over the course of 55 Super Bowls now that have been won solely on the back of the defense.
Yep. I would say about 7 teams, but if it's 7 out of 48 out of 50, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Either way, the odds are stacked against that notion.
Yeah.
So now, and to your point too, you remember what they called the Cowboys defense way back in the 1992 Super Bowl?
I was born in '92. Tell me what they called them.
Okay, so they called them the no-name defense because not a single player on that team made the Pro Bowl, so nobody knew their names. Nobody knew Ken Norton Jr. Nobody knew Charles Haley and those kind of players. Like they weren't world-renowned players at that point. So they didn't necessarily get there on the back of their superstars. They just had a cohesive unit that was opportunistic. And also to get to the point, you talk about, since we're both Cowboys fans here, let's go to our Cowboys. And last year, our team was ranked, easily top 5 in offense, top 10 in overall defense, but we were 32nd by far. If there were 40 teams in the league, we would have been ranked 40 in special teams.
Sure.
And then this year, and that was good enough to get us to 8-8.
Yeah.
And in this past year, we were ranked, again, top 5 in offense, at least when Dak was on the field. And we were ranked number 11, I believe, in special teams, but we were ranked, same ranking that we had the previous year in special teams was our ranking in defense.
Right.
And that was good enough to get us to 6 and 10. So realistically, what you need is you just need parts that complement all the other pieces. And I'll just say this and get off the phone and let you do your thing because you probably got other callers.
Okay.
But when you win the game based on who scores the most points, right? So last I checked, defense most of the time does not score points.
Sure. Fair enough.
So you can have the best defense in the league, and hold your opponents to 6 points. But if you got no offense and can't score a single point, you're gonna lose the game.
Fair enough.
You got to score points.
AJ, the camera technology guy, ladies and gentlemen, the only one that was concerned about my little setup. Appreciate it, my guy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. D. James said that. What did he say? He say, "I love Voch, but this is the dumbest title to one of your videos ever." Well, let me go to my title, see what my title says. I just, I like dialogue. I say, defense doesn't win championships for real. It don't. I don't see how that's a dumb title. We may have a difference in opinions, but I don't think it's a dumb notion. I mean, if you look at the teams that's in the playoffs now, the 4 teams left over, they're great on offense and they're opportunists on defense, right? If you look at last year, right, it was more great offensive teams in the playoffs than there were defensive teams. Even if you look at the Super Bowl, the 49ers were a really good defensive team, but why did the 49ers lose the Super Bowl? Because Jimmy Garoppolo ran out of good. Like, Jimmy Garoppolo just hit his limit of having to be good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, why do we look at, when we look at the teams that we consider to be perennial playoff teams, what do we say about them? Like, what are we saying about those teams? Oh, Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers. We're saying Pat Mahomes because of Pat. We're saying whatever because of whatever. If you look at how about this? Look at the Seattle Seahawks. Their first 8 games of the season, incredible offense, terrible defense, but they was winning. They was winning. I don't recommend that damn strategy for nobody, but they was winning. Last half of the season, they got Carlos Dunlap, got incredibly better on defense. That offense did nothing. It did nothing. And everything just kind of flips, and the Seahawks just find themselves looking a little worse than they did at first. You see what I'm saying? I mean, look, you need defense, of course. You need defense. I'm not saying you don't need defense. Voch ain't say that. My title in the video does not say you don't need defense. I'm saying defense doesn't win championships for real. But y'all can call in and say what y'all want to say, though. We got Brandon from Franklin Football. Then we're going to go Twitter Brandon. Then we're going to go Brother Joe. Then we're going to go Jess, see what y'all got to say. What's up, Brandon?
What's going on, Voch? How you doing, my brother?
Cool, my guy. Ready for this ridicule I'm about to get? What's happening?
So I kind of agree and disagree.
Sure.
Like, you know how people take things a little bit too far when you say defense don't win championships. They just suddenly think that you can get by with the 32nd ranked defense or the worst defense
right.
statistically in NFL history.
Right.
That's not what I don't think that's what you're saying.
Right.
But I do think that you give me a defense ranked anywhere from like 18 to 23, and we can go in there and bring that trophy back home to the crib.
Sure. And then look, Brandon, to be fair, the last couple defenses, that you would say were like championship level or whatever, and I ain't counting the 49ers. 49ers legit had a really good defense. But most of those other teams, they have good defenses by proxy of that offense being really, really good. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but sometimes you just got gangsters on defense.
Sure. And
like you said, the 49ers are a great example.
Sure. I agree. Go ahead. And also, having gangsters on defense ain't enough for your defense to be great. But I'll listen to your story. Go ahead.
I think about it like this. I'm car guy.
Yeah.
So you can my car is in the next few months going to be a supercharged Mustang. I am going to be putting all that power down, and it's useless if I ain't got the brakes and tires to slow it down. The brakes and tires is the defense. You feel what I'm saying?
Sure.
So, yeah, having all the power is great. Adding someone like Kyle Pitts would be like adding more power before you address the brakes and.
Time out, Brandon. Don't go nowhere.
Brandon,
time out. Don't go nowhere. Hang with me. Don't go nowhere. D. James, what's happening, brother? How you doing?
Man, Brother Voch, what's up, man? So I'm trying to chill on this MLK Day. How you feeling, brother?
Man, they got me working on MLK, dog, but we out here, man. Talk to me though, man. What's going on with my stance? How come? Tell me why is it silly that defense don't win championships for real? Go ahead.
Okay. I know you love ball like I love ball, but you cannot throw that comment out there into the atmosphere about the game that me and you love both.
I did.
And just stand on it. Like defense don't matter.
Okay, so see, wait a minute, D. James. My title don't say defense don't matter. My title, D. James. My title don't say defense don't matter.
I heard I heard you try to walk it back a little bit and try to clear it up.
D. James, that's the same title. If your notifications on, that's gonna be the same title that you put up there, DJ. Look, I ain't say defense don't matter. I said
I'm gonna say it to you like this.
Go ahead.
This I'm gonna end this because it's not a debate.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it to you just like this. Through the annals of NFL history, for as long as this game been played, you go find me one number one offense that has won a Super Bowl title in the same season that they were a number one offense. I dare you to go find me one.
Okay.
You know why you won't find one?
Okay.
Because it doesn't exist.
Okay.
It does not exist. Every time an NFL offense that's a high-powered one, the 90s Bills, the 80 49ers, when they run into a defense in the playoffs, they get slowed down. It is guaranteed the Rams, the 2000s Rams, didn't just a couple of years back that the Patriots beat Seattle there in the Super Bowl right there on the goal line stand. Defense play a big part in the teams winning championships. Hell, that's why the Cowboys, why we ain't won none in the last 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Because we started trying to outscore everybody and win games 38-35. It don't exist. It don't happen.
Right.
You have to be able to play defense.
Right.
You have to.
Right.
And this organization is built fundamentally flawed.
Sure.
We can't run the down ball consistently, and we damn sure don't play defense consistently.
Yeah.
Consistently. That's why we don't have no playoff success.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Sure. But this ain't the 80s no more. this ain't the 90s.
You're right, it ain't the 80s no more.
Right.
Defense still wins championships.
Watch this.
I'm not going to sit up and let you say that.
But look, D. James, watch this. D. James, watch this. Football evolves so fast. This ain't even 2013 no more. It's 2020.
But I get what you're saying. I hear all that. But defense still wins championships. I gave you several valid arguments. You giving me an opinion. You go tell me where our offense done won a championship.
Listen,
show me.
Last year. It just did it last year.
No, sir.
It just happened.
No, sir. No, sir.
It just happened. Listen, watch this. No. Okay, DJ, my turn to talk then. My turn to talk, DJ. My turn to talk, DJ. Watch this, DJ. My turn to talk. Because my overall stance, right? This was my stance. You don't need your defense to be elite top tier. You missing that part. You don't need a defense. No. Listen, DJ. You don't need your defense to be elite top tier. What you need is offense, and you need your defense to be complementary turnover getting people. Okay? That's what you need, D. James. So if you look at last year, what we just talking about, D. James, Jimmy Garoppolo ran out of offense.
No, sir. No.
See, you ain't letting me talk, D. James. You ain't letting me talk, D. James. You ain't letting me talk, D. James. I let you rock, D. James. You know what? I'll let you keep rocking because I ain't rude. Go ahead, DJ. I'll listen to you. Go ahead, DJ. I'll listen to you.
I'm just telling you, brother. I agree with one thing that you said, but I disagree with how you stated it. The defense has to be more than complimentary. You can't just roll out the average defense out there and go get yourself a championship. They have to be good or above average. You're not winning no championships with no average defense. If that was the case, the Dallas Cowboys would have did it already in the last 25 years.
We saying the same thing on that point, D. James. We saying the same thing on that point. You don't need defense to win. You like what I'm attacking is the narrative of we have to have an elite defense to make shit rock. That's not what football is anymore. If your team cannot score 40 points, I say 35 to 40 points. If your team cannot put up points, you will not win championships in this new league. So how about this, DJ? You can go back to history. That's fair. You can do history thing. I'm not arguing for history. But there will not be a team moving forward that's going to win the Super Bowl with only 17 points on the board. That ain't going to happen no more. If you look at the teams that's in the playoffs now, those are teams that have complementary defenses, D. James. Those defenses are complementary. The Packers, Chiefs, who else I'm missing? Bucks.
Ain't neither one of them won no championship.
Sir?
Ain't neither one of them won no championship.
Sir?
Ain't neither one of them won no championship.
One of them gonna win this damn year. One of them gonna win this year.
Hold on, let me get this off.
I've been letting you get off. You ain't been letting me talk. How you gonna tell me let you get off?
Because if we both talking at the same time, we're not gonna be able to hear each other and understand each other.
I agree. You ain't letting me talk. Go ahead, DJ. All right, go ahead. You got it.
So you were talking about the 49ers and the Chiefs last year.
Mm-hmm.
Go back and watch that fourth quarter. The Chiefs defense stood up. That's what allowed the offense.
They didn't stand up. Jimmy Garoppolo ran out of offense. That's what happened, sir. Jimmy Garoppolo ran out of good. No, listen, this what happened. No, DJ, I don't want to put you on mute, brother. I promise I don't want to put you on mute. When Pat Mahomes later in the game kept when he put points up and it was Jimmy's turn to go put points up, when Jimmy Garoppolo had to step out of his element to put points up, he couldn't put points up, D. James. This year, with Aaron Rodgers, Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, Tom Brady, you going to have to put points up. Nobody's going to win the Super Bowl with only 17 points on the board, D. James. That's what I'm saying.
I agree with you on that.
There's no way you agree with what I'm saying.
What I'm saying.
Go ahead.
What I'm saying is that the 49ers simply did not run out of offense in that fourth quarter last year.
Jimmy Garoppolo missed 18 throws. Go ahead. I'm listening.
The Chiefs defense stood up and allowed the offense to get the team back into the game.
No, sir. Jimmy Garoppolo threw a pass at nobody. The game would have been over, but Jimmy Garoppolo missed a deep ball. Then he underthrew a deep ball. Then he inaccurated it. Then he held the ball because he ran out of reason. He got sacked at the end of the game. It wasn't him getting the sack. He held the ball.
Why did he hold the ball?
Because he's incompetent and he missed a wide open, what's the boy, Deebo Samuel. Because he missed Deebo Samuel running in the damn cross. He missed Deebo. That's why he missed it. That's why he held the ball and got sacked.
I think me and you going to have to beg to differ. Maybe he overthrew the dude because, shoot, he was covered a little bit.
If this was the 80s, if this was the 80s, I'd be with you, but it ain't the 80s. D. James, I got plenty other callers. Thank you for calling in, sir. I always appreciate dialogue, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, no doubt, brother. Have a good one, brother.
Yes, sir. Brandon, did you have a point before I go to Coach Evans real fast?
I kind of do.
Go ahead.
The things that he said, you have to remember how far ahead and in control of that game San Francisco was.
Sure.
The Chiefs' offense is just full of gangsters. They just know how to boogie.
Mm-hmm.
And Pat Mahomes is incredible.
Sure.
If you remember, the Denver Broncos, I believe this was in like 2013 when they played Seattle,
mm-hmm.
and their defense was fire.
Sure.
And then they came in there and only managed to put up 8 points. You remember that?
Sure.
But Seattle offense was full of gangsters, and Russ was a gangster, and then they put up a 40-burger on them.
Yeah.
So, yes, there are times when I agree. For example, that Denver Broncos offense or defense in 2016 managed to limit Cam Newton to 10 points. Yes, that's a time when it happened.
Yeah.
But if it's 6 times out of 53, that's like 11%. So are you telling me that 11% of the time defense wins championships? I'm not sure if I want to roll that dice.
That's fair. That's fair. And then, I feel like I had something to say. Look, I'm not saying you can run out there with the 32nd ranked defense. That ain't what I'm saying. Because maybe that's what I'm missing there. But I think if you had to prioritize one, and also too, like if we talking about history, I'm not having this argument. If you say Voch historically, I'll say yeah, defense has been important, whatever, historically. But if we talking about nowadays, you're going to have to put some points up, man. Let me go to Coach Evans real fast, and then I'm going to get to my regular list of people I was going to. What's up, Coach?
What up?
Cool, my guy. Now, you're a Ravens fan, so my condolences, first off, sir. But go ahead. What did you have for this conversation?
If it was 10 years ago, can you hear me well? We good?
Hold up. Let me fix your volume. Go ahead, Coach. Say again.
Hold on, I can fix it. Hold on. I said if it was 10 years ago, I would agree with you.
Okay.
If it was what 2010, 2005, I agree with you and say, defense wins championships.
Mm-hmm.
But because the evolution of football, because of the 7-on-7 from 6 years old until pro, defense, you got to have a middle of the road defense. You got to score points.
Yep.
The Ravens season, the Ravens last couple of games have been epitome of that. And yes, we shut down Derrick Henry, but we didn't score a lot of points. We just happened to shut down Derrick Henry. So now you fast forward to last week, played a great game. Defense only gave up 10 points, lost 17-3.
Yep.
You got to have some kind. And if you look at ours, we have number 1 ranked running offense, the last ranked passing offense. So you got to have some kind of balance in there somewhere to go forward in the playoffs. You might get to the playoffs with a top tier defense, but you have got to score points with these offensive minds these days. like you said, the quarterbacks that's there, I don't care. You got to have almost an all-star team to shut them down. You just can't shut down offenses normally like you used to.
I was saying on my Yahoo shit. Go ahead, Coach.
I say unless the offense makes mistakes,
right,
you're not really going to shut the offense down.
Yeah. I was saying on my Yahoo show the other day, Coach, I was saying nowadays, what defines a good defensive like showing or whatever, right? I think the days where like teams is like getting like shut out or whatever, like it can happen here and there, but like it's rare that like even the Jets can put points up, you know what I mean? So in my mind, right, nowadays, a good defensive performance, if the other team score like 24 points, but you get 3 turnovers, that's a good defensive performance. You know what I'm saying?
All right, turnovers is the key.
Turnovers,
like you said, being opportunistic. If you can yardage wise, you can be middle of the road or to the bottom. But if you're up there in the top 5, top 10 in turnovers, you're gonna be successful. Yeah, because it's gonna give your offense more opportunities to score, and then you're gonna put up more points.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why a lot of those good teams, like some of those teams that are left, they're bend but don't break defenses.
Yeah,
they give up yardage, they give up field goals, but you don't score a lot in the red zone.
Yeah,
because they know they're going to score touchdowns on offense.
And on that point too, though, Coach, there's a lot of Cowboy fans that's in my chat right now watching. Appreciate all y'all for tuning in right now. You may hear me say things along the line of, "Oh, we need defense, we need one tech, we need this." You're gonna hear me say that, but I'm saying that because I know Dak Prescott and Cowboys offense is capable of ripping shit up. That's what I'm saying, because our offense has the ability to put up 35 or some odd points a game. That's where I need my defense to be ranked. If you can get up to like 15th, 18th, I think of you as a Super Bowl level defense in that way. In my mind, just because of what my offense can do. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, I definitely think we were a top 5 defense, but we're at the crib.
Yeah, yeah.
Because of offense, because we couldn't score.
Yeah, yeah.
So if the statement holds true, defense wins championships, the best defenses are not left in the playoffs.
Yeah. It's just so many ways to manufacture offense. Like you can have Jalen Ramsey, right, but you can get catches on Jalen Ramsey. You can run the ball at Aaron Donald because it's just so many ways. Like Coach Evans, I was watching you and Coach Wood had this conversation, man, and it was just so eye opening to me on offense, bro. We was playing against Meridian, and they had the Easton kid over there playing in, and they was like, if we can't block him, we just gonna read him. And I thought that was brilliant, Coach. I thought that was brilliant. If you can't block them, just read them. You ain't got to worry about dealing with them. The offense deals with them. It's so many hidden things within offense you can do to negate a player. If it's not an end, if it's a one tech, then run traps. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of different ways to do it. So I don't know. That's just my stance on it, Coach.
We instituted that same thing versus Jefferson when he was in high school.
Yeah.
We knew we couldn't block Jefferson as a D tackle for the Titans. Mm-hmm. So we read him every play.
Yep.
He lined up at 5 tech. He lined up at 3 tech. He lined up at 1 tech. If he lined up at 5, he ran inside zone and read him. If he lined up at 1, we ran midline and read him. If he lined up at 3, we ran trap and read him.
What team was that?
So, Columbus, when I was in Columbus.
Okay, cool. That ain't me then. I wasn't there. All right, then, Coach.
No, you wasn't.
This is
hey, I appreciate you, man.
This is Coach Evans from Sip to Tally Films. He covers the Ravens, but it's draft season, so he does some really good draft work. So if you like my draft work, go over there, check him out also. And on the phone with me, I got Brandon from Frankly Football. He does some awesome work. He's going to be getting into draft season as well. I'm about to actually hang up on you, though. Brandon gone. Don't worry about it. All right, don't worry about it. Brandon gone. We're going to go, who I say? We're going to go Twitter Brandon, then Jess, then Ed from Atlanta. And then we're going to go Joe Sandberg. Twitter Brandon, what's up?
What's good, man?
Cool, my guy.
All right, man. Just got a few points, and then I'm gonna let you.
First of all, let me say this though. I appreciate you holding me down on Twitter, Brandon. You know what I'm saying? Because what Twitter Brandon do is when hot shit hit the streets, Brandon always get there first. He'll tag me to all the hot shit, and then he fight my battles for me. People ask me goofy stuff like, "Voch, what do you think about this mock draft?" And then Twitter Brandon just show, "Voch don't like mock drafts. Don't worry about it." And he'll just solve all of my Twitter. So shouts out to Twitter Brandon. So my bad. Go ahead, sir.
What's good, man? Yeah, no problem. So basically, look, all right. The Saints' defense this year was ranked top 5, and they out the playoffs.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
The Dallas Cowboys in 2009 had a top 10 defense and didn't even make it to the NFC Championship game. And And the only reason why teams like New England constantly won Super Bowls was because their defense was disciplined. It wasn't like fantastic or anything. They were just disciplined. Yep. And I think if you have a disciplined defense who doesn't fall for all the misdirection stuff, then you should be fine. Mm-hmm. But your offense really has to score points these days.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. You know, some about defense, you know, like watching New England or just nowadays, right? Just watching the Bills play defense, right? Like, I enjoy watching some person I've never heard of before make a play, because that just means that you got a good defensive structure. Now, I think that's more important than having like a top tier name on defense, right? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, having Aaron Donald, having Jalen Ramsey is good for your product. But when, like, I don't know who Matt Milano is, but when he make a play, I go, hey, shouts out to the Bills, but that dude made a play. And he making plays. He out there making plays. I think that's something. It's something to that, man. It's something to that.
11 guys have to work together on defense to make it work. Not one, not two, not three.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Twitter Brand, appreciate you. Thanks for the call, man.
No problem, man.
Yeah. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to call another audible here because we got Skywalker Steel. Now, when I call in today's show, they never put me way at the front. I got to sit and wait in line and shit. But I ain't going to dare do that to them because I got hospitality. I got some class. Yeah. Skywalker Steel, what's happening, player?
See, don't be out here lying to these folks. We ain't even had the phone line on in like a year, dog.
I deserve preferential treatment, sir, but it's all good, man. Everybody can't treat each other the same, man. It's all good. You know, it's fine. It's cool.
Nah, real Rob, you got to call into my joint, man. You know I'll throw you up there.
I got you, my guy. What you got on this topic?
Nah, great topic. I think what's happening, though, right now, I see it on Twitter and I'm seeing it here, is Cowboy fans, a lot of them are upset because the last few years and probably 20 years, our offense has been so great and our defense has not, that just like the safety position and defensive tackle position, we're reaching at anything, right? Can we just please be better? Can we please be better? But I think there's a certain group of fan base that are thinking that that's asking to be the 85 Bears.
Right.
That's not the case. You're absolutely right. You're on the mark with the offense just needs to be great and the defense needs to be okay. And what you asked for, Voch, is the 2014 Cowboys defense. Remember that?
Yep.
They were number 2 in turnovers.
Actually, sir, this is the one team that I really like. Watch this, right? My spirit animal of a team, sir. You remember the Saints teams that went 7-9 3 years in a row, but they all had the number 1 offense 3 years in a row. But they got a handful of complimentary players. They didn't get big names. They just got my mans that played nickel and safety in there. He made some plays. They got a pass rusher here, a guy to chase people down, linebacker there. Next thing you know, they're a Super Bowl team. Peyton Manning tearing it up on offense, right? But they add Gary Brackett, some miscellaneous dude named Cato June, and all these other miscellaneous people, and they get turnovers. They make opportunistic plays. I'm not saying defense don't matter. I'm just saying give me the complimentary guys. Give me the role-playing guys that can make my current guys better, and we going to end up like 17th somewhere with this behemoth-ass offense, and we going to be straight, man. Defense ain't going to win us this damn thing. Dak Prescott will win you a championship, not the defense. Go ahead.
No, man. I mean, you're absolutely right. I just don't want the nation to think that those asking for defense is asking to go to the extreme. We're not asking for a top 2 defense next year, guys. We're not. Right. We're asking for this defense to be opportunistic and to make plays when it matters, because I had the same argument last year when the Chiefs won, and the guy was arguing on the phone with you about the Chiefs defense. Yes, the Chiefs defense stepped up the last about 10 games of the year. Before that, y'all, they were trash.
Sure.
They were terrible. They didn't overnight become great. They overnight became okay because that's all they needed to be. And I know Voch was preaching this last year. I was preaching this last year. A lot of people were. We're not asking the defense to be elite. We're just asking it to be better. Just be better. And I guarantee you, Voch, we probably be playing right now.
Yep. Fair enough. Because look, I'm just out here looking at Tom Brady and Breeze. I'm like, boy, they are not impressive. I'm like, boy, if this was my team out here, we'd be beating the shit out of these. Well, whatever, Skywalker. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, my guy. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
I know. Hey, I do agree, though, what you're saying. I try to preach this as well. It is about the culture. It is about setting the standard on defense, though. I feel like that is way more important than the actual stars of the defense. We don't need a ton of stars. But if we don't have some type of consistency of what we are, Voch, the defense is never going to get on its feet. You can't have 3 different schemes in 3 years. You can't do it.
Sure. 100%. 100%. We just gonna have to shoot that dice and hope we get it right this year, man. Plug your stuff because you got so many names, sir. Was it Dallas Cowboy Universe, I believe?
Dallas Cowboy Network.
Dallas Cowboy Network, and then on Instagram it's Cowboy Universe, right?
Skywalker Still. I don't even do the Instagram. You want to do YouTube and you want to do Twitter. Skywalker Still on YouTube. I'm sorry, on Twitter, and then Dallas Cowboys Network on YouTube.
I'm gonna learn it, dog. And when I learn it, we'll never have this problem again. But Skywalker Still. Also check out Late Night Hype. All those guys that do great work over there. Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, peace.
All right. Let's go to Jess. Then we're gonna go Brother Joe. And then we're gonna go DJ. We're gonna work down this line. See what y'all. Let me get my hand on the volume now. Hey, Jess, what's up?
Hey, Bill.
What you doing?
This how you?
What you doing?
Happy MLK Day.
Huh?
Watching Martin Luther King. But you were saying, what can we do defensively? I'm pretty much going to say the same thing y'all were saying. Right. Well, I say get turnover sacks, stop the run game.
Right.
And the injuries, they need to take care of themselves in the off season. They need to work on their bodies. Keep their bodies up, not sitting around drinking and partying and getting out, doing all those things, living loosely. I mean, just like they would do what they would do when they are in the regular season, take care of their bodies and working out and exercising and keeping their body up and keep running routes and stuff and keep themselves in good shape. So when we have our season, we won't have to lose them, and they can play healthy and fulfill their purpose of what their goal of what they want to do as a defensive team. And on offense, it's likewise, keep up the good healthiness on that O-line so they can protect our deck and our running back, wide receivers, and get them down that field and great coaching on defense. Get us some real coaches that can and not be taking these boys out of the position they're used to playing because maybe they're in that position because they can't play those other positions. Right. They never ran those positions in college or whatever because you got to go from high school to college, then NFL.
Right.
So if they never ran those type of routes, you can't make them run something they're not used to.
Right.
Keep them in the position they're used to playing. Like Jalen was a middle guy for us, but they kept trying to put him on the outside and doing all this with him, but everybody want to say he's trash. How you going to say this man that come back or great bounce back from drop foot out there doing his team back in 2014 and 2015 and so on? We just, our defense started going down when we lost good coaching, when they switched things around. And as the sister said on another show a while ago, he messed up when he got rid of Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson was a dude that didn't bow down. You got to have a coach that won't bow down to the source and a coach that will coach these boys the way they should be coached and use them as the talent that they got.
Fair enough.
Because they didn't just all of a sudden not able to play the way they played at first. And yeah, they want to always holler about go get all these leftovers and all this stuff from other teams, but they don't want to get paid back to get paid. I'm telling you like this, if they could keep playing down, broke down one more all those years, they need to pay back and get the little pieces that we need, and let's go on forward. That's all I got to say.
Great call, Jess. We going to move on because we got callers, but that's a fair point by you. Thank you so much for the call. We got some super chats, though. We got Brandon Robinson, and let me move my screen so I can see it a little better. We got, let's see, defense doesn't win the chip, but Dallas can continue to draft this poorly on defense. Only 3 extensions for players in the past 2014 and 2017. Sure. I don't even think that we're necessarily missing on defense. We just don't invest like high capital in defense, so we can't fix that, though. But I feel you on that. Edgar Bonilla dropped 5 in the super chat. Says if a team loses the special teams battle, you lose 90% of the time. That's why it's the ultimate team sport. Fair enough. And Brother Chicken, he's one of my patrons. I think all y'all most of y'all are patrons in here, so shouts out to y'all. Brother Chicken dropped a dime in there. He says, perfect example, 2020 Giants statistically finished with a top 10 defense, but we averaged 17 points a game. Hey, defense matters, but offense wins. Appreciate you, sir. Fair enough. Great point. And enemy Michael from San Antonio, he says he dropped a dime in there. He says just here to send some support. Catch the stream on demand later. Lombardi fan. Hey man, that's how y'all know Mike got a job, because Mike don't be just hanging around no more, man. Mike be getting in and getting out and catching these things on demand. Let's hit this one time for you, player. One time for you, player. All right. Let's get back into the phones then.
The conference has been locked.
Cause I got some other little work to do. Y'all already know what time it is. I'm actually drop a video going deep in detail on this, and you know what I mean by complimentary guys. So y'all hang tight as I work that out. Who I said was up next? I said Joe, then DJ, then Ed from Atlanta, then 240. That's where y'all at. Hang tight. Brother Joe Sandberg, what's happening?
Hey, what's up? So some people are getting this whole entire thing twisted from your titles.
Okay. Well, that just mean they need to get out their feelings then, Joe. You know what that is? That's reading a book by its cover. That's judging a video by the thumbnail. That's judging an article by the title. They shouldn't do that.
And they need to find their optometrist.
That's what I'm saying, Joe Sandberg. Talk your shit. Let them know. Talk to him, Joe. Go ahead.
Look, at the end of the day, you do have to score points still to win these games. One of those prime examples of that, statistically speaking, I think the Giants, when the year they actually went out and they bought a defense, they were actually one of the better defenses. Were they not?
Sure.
But they got bounced by, I think it was by
You're
Green
damn
Bay.
right, Joe Sandberg. That $1 billion ass defense that the Giants put together, that they made just to beat the Cowboys, by the way, because they went to go get all the people that Tyron Smith had problems with. They built that damn defense. They went and got Buddy. That Dez was having. I'm convinced that the Giants built that defense based on the people that Cowboys had problems with. But they couldn't score. They couldn't score, and that hurt them. But yeah, go ahead. Huh? Go ahead, Joe.
Okay, sorry. I think my mic decided to cut out for a little bit.
Man, Joe, man, because look, man, you be talking to me with the phone hanging out the window, Joe, man. Focus, man. Come on now.
Okay, I apologize for that.
You good, Joe.
But if you want to complain like why Dallas hasn't really gotten one of those guys, what the chat wants, we haven't been in the position of finishing that terrible to get one of these upper echelon defensive players. Just be grateful and just understand one thing. You can draft some of these greater like defensive players, but keep in mind one thing. They're just like, you can have the guys of just like playing guys defense and playing and just getting some turnovers.
Sure. Fair enough, Joe.
I wouldn't argue against necessarily like picking an offensive player necessarily in round one, especially if one of those offensive linemen is over there like Slater or Sewell. Because that's less time for more opportunities to score touchdowns, and you can also get rid of that clock so you can just have them just try to throw the ball at you.
Right. All right, brother Joe. Hey, man, appreciate you, man. Good call. Something else I think Joe was alluding to, man, is how we're gonna acquire these. Hold on, let me. What was that? 2I, AI, Tierra, Tamara. That's how I'm saying. Hey, Tamara. Cause I just make sure all the women in my chat box is comfortable. You know, I just want to make sure everybody's straight up in there. All right. Yes, how you go by acquiring these players. I know, and this whole video came from I was watching Law Nation video, right? I was just watching his live stream, and he was just going down this list of free agents, and everybody in the chat box wanted to spend big money on free agents. I'm like, dog. And Joe made a really good point there. Joe was more so the notion of you could spend big on one guy that's a name, but just like take that money that you would and just get a gang of complimentary dudes and just let those complimentary guys build up the guys that you have already. You see what I'm saying? That's all it is. Tyson Urban say the call-in number has disappeared. I'm looking right at it. Let me check and make sure it ain't disappeared because Tyson been trying to get my attention for a good little bit. And let's see what he's talking about. Tyson Urban. He been trying to get my attention for a good little bit while I've been trying to do my show. Let's see if the number's still up there. Let me hit this button and see. Nah, the number's still up there, player. You know, you just can't see. Nah, Rue Glock, he can see. that motherfucker, nah, he see the number up there. Ah. Shit. Corey and Fairley dropped the 5 in the super chat. Been a while, Voch phone locked before I got in. Before I just got in, bro. And they made okay. Well, my bad, player. I don't like the phone for you. There you go.
The conference has been unlocked.
We can leave the phones open for another 10 minutes or so. We can leave the phone line open for another 10 minutes. So if you want to call into the show, you could do so. 515-606-5187. If you can't hear, I mean, you could see it. It's up there in the chat box. It's right there. So there you go. If y'all want to call into the show, I'm gonna leave the phone open for like 10 more minutes. I'm not calling in. I just wanted to let you know. Well, you ain't let me know. It's right there. DJ, what's happening?
Hey, what's good, Voch? How you doing today, brother?
Coolin', my guy. Just trying to make it all make sense. What you got for the show?
Well, number one, let me start off by saying I'm loving the camera, man. I missed the actual inaugurational video that you had, so I just got to give you my props on that one, brother.
Hey, man, time
but I actually agree.
Wait, one time for the inauguration, dog. One time. Appreciate you, my guy.
There you go, brother.
Mean the world to me. Go ahead, though, DJ.
Yes,
what you got?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I actually agree with you 100%, man. So I'm actually going to play a devil's advocate because I've actually fundamentally felt this way for years.
Okay.
Now, who would you say is the second best quarterback in the league right now?
The second best quarterback in the league right now?
If we agree that Pat Mahomes is the best, who is the second best?
I like Aaron Rodgers, maybe I'd say.
Aaron Rodgers. Okay, so last year, what did the 49ers do to Aaron Rodgers in that divisional game?
Help me out. What'd they do?
Okay, so they completely shut him down completely. And mind you, this is probably the second greatest thrower of the football that we have ever seen.
Uh-huh.
Now, the quarterback leads the offense. And so you rarely have a great offense without a great quarterback. So it all starts from there. That's why I'm starting from there. Now, if they hadn't run into Pat Mahomes, who's just from another planet, and they had the fastest human being in the NFL, who I believe that, outside of that defense in today's league, if you just get every facet, the front four, the front seven are legit. Yeah, gangsters on the secondary. If you get an entire defense, it's actually more to your benefit to have that, because then you can have somebody as suspect as Jimmy Garoppolo as your quarterback and still get taken to the promised land by those guys.
Mm-hmm.
So, overall, I think that if you go defense and you play on that and you make your defense as solid as possible. Now, also San Francisco did it the right way. They built through the draft. They picked up Richard Sherman and all that kind of stuff, but they got him relatively cheap compared to 2 or 3 years prior than what they would have had to pay for him. They did it the right way. So I think, overall, if you build it that way, it really, you can have an okay offense. Mind you, they were running the ball way better. I mean, what were they, number 2 right behind the Ravens record-breaking rush offense last year? So if you run the ball, it has to be complemented by offense, and I get where you're coming from there. But I think it's more beneficial because you can weather more storms with a great offense over having the great defense over having the great offense.
Sure. Great defense definitely helps. Like if you have the opportunity to get a great defense, go get you a great defense. You know what I'm saying? Go get it. But you gotta have offense. And one point I was making earlier, I'm just going back to it, is you can manufacture ways to beat defense. No matter who you got on defense, no matter how talented you are, you can be scared of Jalen Ramsey all you want to. Dak threw the ball right at Jalen Ramsey week 1 like 9 times, and Cooper's eating his ass. You can manufacture Ramsey. Connor Williams can manufacture his way into blocking Aaron Donald. You see what I'm saying? You got to have offense. But I do agree with what you're saying, though, DJ. I do agree with what you're saying.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can, but it also comes back to like what you talk about with, offensive linemen. Yeah, the offensive lineman might got beat 2 or 3 plays, but overall he won every rep that he went against.
Sure.
The same thing kind of applies to defense. You know what I mean? Yeah, they got caught for a 20-yard bomb here, or a 30-yard or a 30-yard run up the middle just because of play calling or something like that. Mm-hmm. But overall, if they're shutting the other offense down, and mind you, again, if they didn't have the fastest person in the league, Kansas City loses that game because they don't get that third and 15?
Right.
And it's only because they had Tyreek Hill and the play calling lined up perfectly for them. It was just a great call by Andy Reid. But fundamentally, through that entire game, if Tyreek Hill's not on that field, then they don't have anything to worry about.
Sure. Yeah, fair enough, man. Fair enough. I got callers.
No, and
go ahead.
I got you, brother. And again, I completely 100% agree. Maybe my argument was lacking because I 100% agree from yours. I was just trying to, get something to actually talk about because, you already touched on my points I was going to make earlier in the show.
It's a good conversation to be having, man. I appreciate you, though. Thanks for calling in.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
The conference has been locked.
Now we're going to lock it back up. Who we got? Ed from Atlanta. Hold on, let's see if this Law Nation real quick. Let's hold a timeout. Let's unmute you. Timeout. Let's see if this Law Nation. Let's see. This Law Nation?
Yeah.
Brother Law Nation, let me go ahead and plug you in platinum so I know it's you next time. This is Law Nation. Law Nation, I know you ain't gonna like this player because I know you are defense wins championships guy. But able to score points. Go ahead, Law Nation. Talk to me, sir.
Boy, I'm just chilling, minding my business. I said, man, let me finish up my coffee. Then I get multiple messages. Man, I said the defense don't win championship. I said, I had to get my Michael Irvin laugh. let me jump in on his channel. And when I pulled it up, I think that you got more context to it. I think that defense is not a one-size-fits-all. Just because you go get the best defensive player. Let me know if I'm wrong. Doesn't mean you go straight to the Super Bowl. But I think that you need to have somebody that can complement others, right?
Right.
Is that's what you're saying?
Right.
And everything that we can see about the defensive side of the ball is to do with what? Aaron Donald versus Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Aaron, as good as Aaron Donald is, he would never be an impact as much as Aaron Rodgers. Right?
Sure.
So we know that part of it. So when I look at defense, do they win championships? I would still say yes, but you got to have you a good quarterback, a great quarterback. I believe days of Trent Dilfer, days of Brad Johnson winning Super Bowls, those days are over with, right?
Right. Yeah, fair enough. So see, Law, but see, my only thing though, bro, is first of all, I just find it hilarious that people left my chat to run over to you to be like, go get Voch. I just think that's just hysterical. But you need both. You need both. You know what I'm saying? You need both. But I just think that nowadays in this league, you got to be able to score points, Law. And I got this from being in your chat box, Law, from being in your chat box. And I just saw people just wanted everybody. Like, they just wanted all the defensive play. Let's go sign everybody. And in my mind, I would rather sign the complimentary role player than the big name defensive dude because, I think we got enough big name guys. What I think is we need guys that's going to elevate the guys that's on this team already. One tech, free safety, Sam linebacker, nickel corner or whatever. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I think that this particular team, we can't be average across the board. We got to be great at something, whether it's stopping the run or when you look at teams. I see a lot of people looking at it like the Giants when they won the Super Bowl or when the Colts won the Super Bowl or when the Saints won the Super Bowl. They wasn't like this great. What's up?
Well, Law, we going to be great on offense, sir. You say we got to be great somewhere. We going to be great with the football. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
No, I'm talking about on the defensive. I'm talking about as it relates to the defensive side of the ball. Like the Colts, when they won, they at least were taking the ball away, turnovers, right? And the Saints, they was doing the same thing, although respectfully, they wasn't top 10 defense. That's what I'm saying. Like, even those teams that win the Super Bowl that's not top 10, they at least got to be great somewhere, taking the ball away, forcing fumbles, getting those things back to the offense, which was high powered. And I believe if the offense continued to play like they were playing like week one throughout the entire year, yeah, that would be cool. But I believe if the defense was playing like they was playing in the last few weeks of the league or what have you, of the Dallas Cowboys last year with Dak Prescott, boy, that would have been different, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
We probably won the first 2 games.
See, man, I feel you, man. I feel you. But I think we're good in certain places. I just don't think that we have all the pieces in order to make we're not going to be average across the board. I think we're really good at D end. I think we can be really good at corner. I think our box safety has the ability to be good. Our linebackers were really good once upon a time. I just want to do whatever it is that we got to do to get back to that point. You know what I'm saying? And I like maybe we got to sell our soul to find somebody that's gonna be solid somewhere. You know what I mean? Just I don't know, but give me this offense that we have, Law, and some. Watch this, Law. You was watching playoff football, right? How many times did you look and somebody that you never heard of before was just making plays on defense? How many times did you see that, Law?
Oh, man, several times.
Look at the Saints-Buccaneers game, right? Sean Bunting is not a star. To Aisha, she texts me and she say, who the hell is Sean Bunting? Never heard this dude before. I know Sean Bunting because I'm a draft guy, Central Michigan corner, right? He was my 5th or 6th ranked corner. Y'all can go find a video if you want to. Sean Bunting but if I wasn't draft guy, I wouldn't have a clue who Sean Bunting was. That's what I want, Law Nation. I don't need the big superstars. I just want somebody to be complimentary to make plays on my defense whilst my offense is dropping 40 on the other side. That's my argument. I know you defense wins championships, guy, but Law, I just need you to rock with me. Just let me just roll on my side. You know what I mean? Let me live, Law.
Yeah, but I feel exactly what you said. I feel exactly what you said. You right on the money with it, man.
Yeah, I feel you, Law.
But they went and picked up JPP with what, 9 fingers, and he was out there creating pressure, and they did some other movements on the I guess the free agency to help that out. So I look at the free agency, not to go crazy in the free agency, but just to pick up something that's a known commodity to help aid this defense heading into 2021. Maybe we can find anybody that can be better than a Darian Thompson, or maybe we can find somebody that can fill in that plug on the front four, and we'll be okay heading into the draft.
Well, I feel you on that. Now, Brother Law Nation, I said this earlier when I had Will on the phone, Brother Will Steele, Skywalker Steele. I said, when I see him on the phones, I bump him straight to the top of the line because he's who he is. When I see Law Nation on the phone, I bring you straight to the top of the line because that's who you are. Yeah. I expect the same treatment when I call into y'all show now. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely have to get the setup like you, man. I really appreciate you, man. Voch Lombardi, who brings the party, man. Y'all continue to support that brother over there, man. We from the same neck of the woods. When you saw that 601 down there, I thought you would say, man, that dude from Natchez, that dude from Mississippi.
Law, I say this as humbly as possible. I don't want to be waiting on the line for an hour, for 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? You should see Voch and go, okay, let me get Voch on. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Law, appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call. He's Law Nation everywhere. He's Laws Nation on all his social medias. Check him out. Appreciate you, bro.
Salute, bro.
Yeah. So we still tinkering around with my live stream. So chat box, tell me, is my live stream still coming in good to y'all? Everything good? We ain't getting no issues or anything like that? Y'all let me know what we dealing with, because I'm still tinkering with the settings as we go to optimize everything to make sure everything good. So y'all let me know what y'all getting on y'all end. Y'all let me know what y'all getting on y'all's end. There we go. Let me know what y'all getting.
Tampa Bay's defense last year was one of the top defenses in the league. I believe they were top 3, and this year they're definitely not top 3. Sure. So when you have a team that can put up points, you generally don't have a quote-unquote ESPN top 10 defense. But what you do have is what happened yesterday where they beat the shit out of Drew Brees, and Tom Brady didn't have to do much to win that game.
Right.
So I really think your point on opportunistic defense is a good defense that whenever your offense is down, they can either get them started or get them back in the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fair enough. But, that's my whole point, though. That's my whole point. Defense is important, but scoring is what you need, man. Like, when Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay, they wanted to make sure he had all the weapons that he needed on offense. They could have gotten some help on defense or whatever, but they chose one side over the other. So that's what that is. What else you got, man? What else you got for the show? Good take, by the way.
Yeah, I definitely think they're not making the playoffs, but I really still think it holds true that, I believe, I guess to put context behind it, that's step one to building a football team, to me, is to get an elite offense with a good quarterback. But you definitely need the defense to complement him to get you to the next step. I definitely don't think you could have a defense and consistently make the playoffs because people figure your defense out all the time.
Okay. Fair enough. That's real talk.
I think you would also to save for another video, probably something I would go a little harder on is I just don't think you need running backs like that.
Sure.
Like the Ezekiel Elliott, Todd Gurley, Saquon Barkley, I really don't think that you need to draft a guy that high and or pay somebody that much of your cap space to win. And I also think it's worse because, we see what happens with Derrick Henry and Lamar because the most efficient way to score points, to your point actually, would be throwing the football with your elite quarterback.
Sure.
And a running offense kind of hinders that because you can actually get them to where they can't play the game if they're, if you're up 17 points on them, or if they keep running the ball, you can eventually stop them if they're going to run the ball.
Yeah.
So I would have a stronger opinion on running backs in terms of things that I guess a team could definitely slack on, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as a Cowboy fan, I was faced with the decision of would I rather, like if I had 3 players and I had to sign 2 and it was Zeke, Amari Cooper, and Byron Jones, I was on the Cooper and Byron Jones train. But you see what happened there. But anyway, Ed from Atlanta, appreciate you, player.
Yes, sir. Take it easy now.
Yeah. Yo, Brandon, do me a favor. Brandon from Frankly Football. Just make sure while you listen to the show that you ain't pocket blocking people. Cause some people got pocket blocked and Rue Glock had to unblock them. So make sure everything is everything there. So yeah, Jim and Austin and 2 Aisha. Yeah. Just make sure you ain't pocket blocking people. Unless they said something egregious, then you can get 2 Aisha. That's a mouthful. Get her up out of here if she's saying something egregious. But if she ain't saying nothing egregious, just make sure you ain't pocket blocking folk. All right, Uncle Charlie, what's happening?
What's up, nephew? How you doing? What's going on, baby?
Too cool for school, man. What you got for the show now?
I've been listening to the show, and you've been dead on. And long, you've been dead on. And people need to understand, this.
Uh-huh.
Dak Prescott will win a Super Bowl with the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
And it's going to be despite the coaching and the deficiencies on defense.
Right.
Now, I got two questions. Maybe you can answer them real quick.
Mm-hmm.
About one player. First question is, what do you think about 8-1? And the second, do you think we need to get a defensive line player that can play the 1 tech, 2 tech, and 3 tech that can do all 3 positions and even pass rush? I want you to answer that question real quick.
The answer is yes. The answer is absolutely yes. We need to get help on D-line in general. I would say that that's the one place that can help the whole defense. And if we were better there, then we'll be good to go. I don't think we're looking at wide receiver this year, but if we were to be looking at wide receiver, Jalen Waddle is a really good option. He's going to give you a lot of speed. I think he has a lot more polish than the pundits are putting on him or whatever. I think he's better than Ruggs was last year, but that's just my own personal opinion.
Okay, I appreciate it, nephew. So I want Cowboy Nation to listen to this comment. And I want you to listen to it especially. Despite everything that's going on with our team, it's so disappointing we're not in the playoffs. But to listen to Jerry Jones is like listening to Charles Manson. Here's a lady gives him an interview and says, Mr. Manson, well, you've been in the jail for, prison for 30 years. Do you got children? He said, yes, I got grown children, but I prefer to be them at home. He's crazy. Did you know I rode a car for 2 years without a steering wheel? After that interview, 6 months later, this lady ended up on Ritalin. Listening to his crazy behind. So we need to come out from among Jerry Jones. We need to leave Pharaoh. And in closing, here's a man I met in Walgreens. He had no arms, no legs. And we just talked about the weather and whatnot. And he asked me how many children. I said, I got grown daughters. I got a son, 15. How many children you got? He said, I got 10 children. I said, oh, man, that's great. And the guy next to me laughed. He said, well, what you laughing at, man? He said, I didn't think you can have children with no arms and legs. I can have children just like you. You got them 2 arms and 2 legs. But let me tell you something. Because my arms is missing and my legs is missing, don't mean something else is missing. So you need to stop my business. In closing, I'm going to have to go head on, nephew. I probably took a migraine headache pill I got prescribed from the doctor, but I made a mistake and took a 50 milligram Viagra. I'm going to have to get on up out here, and I'm going to talk to you later.
Oh, how did he get to Walgreens if he ain't got no legs? We'll talk later.
Oh, he got somebody driving. He had a leg pushing.
All right, Unc. I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Love you, bro.
Yeah. Unc say, yeah, man, I was driving a car with no steering wheel. What? Come on. Who was this, Darrell? Darrell?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is Darrell from Las Vegas. How's it going?
What's going on, Darrell from Vegas? What you got for the show?
Hey, I'm a big fan of you, so I want to say thank you for having me on, my friend. Thank you.
Appreciate you, my guy. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, so I want to just say my opinion of this is I think in the playoffs, I think it's adaptability. I think everybody wants to fall in love with the passing game, kind of like how you see the NBA with the three-point shooting.
Sure.
So I kind of think, it comes down to the running game to me. Because you look at the Saints, they're kind of soft, so that running game is really what helped Tampa Bay beat the Saints last night. So I think, once you go further in the playoffs, because, Tannehill's okay, but he'll throw the game away in a sense, if you get what I'm saying. Because, when you play Brady, Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, they're not going to just give you the game. You have to take it. So I think we get those opportunities to get those quarterbacks like them. You have to get those interceptions. And, when you get them inside your territory, you can score touchdowns. You have to take advantage of it. But I also think, that's in the second half, I think you have to be able to run the football because that's what's going to win games. Right. I get it. Dropping 40 and 50 is great. But I think it comes a time in the game, you're going to have to run the football to take away those possessions away from those top-tier quarterbacks because you're not going to beat them in the playoffs like you might, unless they get away with, let's say, against a Tannehill or a Garoppolo. Because if people go back and look at last year's NFC Championship game, I think San Francisco ran the ball, 40 times?
Sure.
And threw it 8. And if you go back to that game, how many times did you see a defensive back for Green Bay, slap their hand because they was mad at the defensive line for Green Bay getting straight destroyed because they're having to tackle a running back 10, 15 yards down the field.
Right.
So I think, that's the biggest thing that I've seen in football is that at some point in the game, you have to win the line of scrimmage. Passing is great, but I just think you have to be able to win that line of scrimmage. You're going to have to run the football to me to be able to beat the better quarterbacks as you proceed farther in the playoffs. And I agree, the passing game, I understand everybody loves it and this and that. We could talk about that, but you're not going to win just chucking the ball all over the field, a la Big Ben with Pittsburgh, as we saw was a couple weeks ago. He threw, 4 picks, threw the game away, and why? Because they had no running game. So I think your defense has to complement your offense, but I do think as you get further in the playoffs, I still think it goes back to that when you get those opportunities to get a pick off of Aaron Rodgers, you have to take advantage of it. Because look what happened to the Rams. Yeah. They had, a couple of picks in the end zone, dropped them. What happened? Led to a score. So that's my opinion.
I don't know who it's going to be, but one of these teams this year going to win a Super Bowl, and they're going to win that thing throwing the ball all over the place. So it's going to be interesting, man. I just want my Cowboys to be great. That's all I want. I just want greatness. But I appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm a bit.
Go ahead.
All right, thank you, my friend.
All right, Darrell from Vegas, man. Great call.
Hey, one last thing.
Go ahead.
Hey, I would love to be a platinum caller, but hey, it's okay if you don't. But I would love to be a platinum caller, but I'm a big fan. But yeah, thank you.
Oh, sir, you are already a platinum caller, sir. Darrell from Vegas. So next time, we'll
Hey,
know
thank you.
Thank you, 702, baby. That's how we do it.
Hey, there it is. Appreciate you, my guy. Salute. Vegas got a gun range where they let you shoot like this big this big 50 cal machine gun. I want some of that smoke. All right, we got one last call, and then we're going to get up out of here. I got some other little work to do. 240. This has been a great conversation we've been having today. What's up? Who this? 240.
How you doing, Voch? This is Dom calling from Maryland.
Dom from Maryland. What's up, Dom? What you got for the show?
How you feeling, bro?
Cool.
The title, I think, set a lot of people off because it's really been what our team has been needing for the past couple of years. It's like a lot of people understand it's not necessarily a top 10 defense we're looking for, but we're tired of mediocre plays from just average guys. It's like, how many years have we been excited about our D-line only to be like, damn, next year we need some more help on the D-line?
Mm-hmm.
It's like every year we're coming in excited that we have potential people, guys we think may be able to do something, and they let us down consistently. It's like, when's the last time we've had a real defensive star on a team? DeMarcus Ware, maybe? I mean, Sean Lee can't stay healthy for us. And then, D-Law, Byron Jones were great. They had their best years. They kind of complemented each other. I don't know, so I definitely understand. We could be a 20 to 15 defense and do so much better, make a playoff run.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at teams like the Patriots, they've been defensive focused. And even like the last couple Super Bowls you look at year before, Rams, Patriots was like 12-3. The Patriots have won most of their games, and low-scoring games have been their Super Bowl wins.
Yeah.
So I definitely understand what you're saying. Anybody who's taking it as, we need a top 5 defense, that's the only way we're going to win, they're just foolish. But I think getting a really solid defensive guy who can be a playmaker for us, grab those turnovers, and be that key third down guy. I've seen so many third downs where we lose the momentum. The game will have momentum, and because the defense couldn't get a third down stop, it just falls flat. And it's so frustrating to see, man. It really is.
Yeah. I feel you on that, my guy. I feel you. Hey, but look, thanks for the call, though. This is Dom from Maryland. I just made you platinum. Next time you call in, I'll know it's you.
Appreciate it, Voch. I've been a long-time watcher, first-time caller.
Hey, man, appreciate it, man. It was a good call. Appreciate it.
All right, have a good one, boss.
Yeah. I would love to know the science behind people that like that watch the show for like 5 years and be like, yeah, I think I'll call in today. I would love to know. I appreciate y'all for calling in, man. I got some pretty good callers in my little universe or whatever one time. Oh, my old chat box is being chat boxes. It's all good. Let me read some super chats before I get up out of here, man. And I'm just gonna continue to work on my stream to make everything good for y'all. I know we got a little buffer in here and there, but we're working on all these problems as we go, getting the camera acclimated to the system. There's even a little blinking light on top of my camera that I don't know what the hell it means, but we're gonna figure it out and cross that road whenever we get there. Reading my super chats though, we got Lamont drop 5 in the super chat, says, Voch, I don't care what everyone else talking about, give me Pitts and use them like Kelsey. I don't mind the idea of having Pitts. I just don't want to give up the draft pick where you have to get Pitts, like Kelsey, Gronk, Kittle, all those guys were day 2 guys. So if I got to get a guy, I'm getting my tight end in day 2. But I don't think you have to get a guy. I think Jarwin and Schultz are just fine. Okay, that's cool. Corian. Okay, I read you already. Taj dropped a deuce in there. He says, I'm cool with drafting Waddle at 10. Let's draft 50. We can't draft Waddle at 10. We got to go defense. Corey dropped 5 the super chat, says, Voch, I never hear anyone talk about Slater. Talk about if Slater is there at 10. What about him starting at left guard and replace him for Tyron at some point? Sure. Voch been talking about it. Where you been at? Voch has definitely been talking about that. And cool story, bro, drop 5 in the super chat. Not on top, but have you watched Charles Snowden? He looks like he could be a Leo for my Raiders. Well, Raiders fans are annoying. There's a Raiders fan in my chat box right now that's bothering people. But no, sir. No, sir. Cool story, bro. Appreciate you dropping 5 in the super chat. I have not seen Charles Snowden, but as soon as I do, you'll know. That's all I got for y'all today. I got some other little work I got to work on. I'm going to edit a video and drop it to further compliment the video that I put out today, this stream that I'm putting out right now. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. What else? Chat box, y'all got something? If not, I'm about to go. If y'all ain't got nothing. Me and Evie just sitting up here chilling. She just taking a nap up under the little table or whatever. She chill. Let's see. Niner fans hella annoying. See, Niner fans wasn't annoying until they started winning ball games. When they was losing, I heard nothing. Yep. Think that's it. Aisha said like and subscribe, indubitably. All right, that's all I got for y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Till next time, y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski. The Peasky Whiskey is free. I just want to hit a button to see what it does while I'm still live with y'all. I just want to hit this button and see what happens while I'm live with y'all. Let me hit apply and okay. Just to see what happens. And my bit rate goes up. All right, then. I'll see y'all next time. If you're a Patreon member, we're gonna be watching Kyle Pitts this week, the TCU safeties again, because I got 2020 on them. We're gonna be watching Kyle Pitts, TCU safety. We're gonna watch the Alabama receivers and Bobby Brown from Texas A&M. So we're gonna check all those out in a little bit. All right, y'all hold down for the Doski Woski Peasky Whiskey, man.